Hi, it's Julie. Welcome to my channel. Today is day 12 of the Friendly Junk Journal People 12 Days of Junk Journal Gifts Tutorials, put on by Linda Israel and her buddies at the Facebook group Friendly Junk Journal People. Each day she gives us a task, an item to create, and each of us do it with our own ideas and skill sets, and so we have different options to look at and ideas. And today is one of my favorites. It's an embellishment book, and we actually had this last year if you were around. And I made pretty much the same thing I'm going to do this year, only I'm expanding on it a little bit. I got this in Happy Mail from April at Pink Odd Bird last year, and it's absolutely one of my favorite things. I haven't used much stuff out of it because I just love it so much. I keep it handy, and I look at it for inspiration and ideas, and occasionally I'll take something out, but mainly it's just kind of a love thing for me, because she sent it and it was so sweet, and it's just kind of a reminder that somebody loves me, or when I'm having a bad day. That's kind of silly, but anyway, so I'm going to do this, only amp it up a little, because I think I had an idea that it might be fun. So I've got all my stuff laid out here so that I wouldn't get confused and go off on a rabbit trail. So I'm going to take part of it away, and then just work on the base first. So what it is, I got two, I don't know if you call them shopping bags or what, but just two little flat bags. And they're the kind, they don't have gussets. And here's the seam, and then here's the little fold. So last year I sewed mine. I don't think I'm going to do that this year. I'm just going to see what I can do with my glue. And I like Fabri-Tac, or in this case 3-in-1, because it dries quick and it doesn't warp my paper. So what I've done is folded in probably, I can tell you, a ½ an inch. No, looks like 3/4 of an inch. Here, just to give me a line to go by, because I am going to add this right on top, and I need a nice little, I want a nice wide, it's not really going to be a spine because I'm going to fold it right in half, but I want it to be substantial where it's glued together so that it's not going to, peel apart or slip off or whatever. So what I'm going to do is put glue, and you can do this side or this side. It doesn't matter. If I'm gluing on this side, which means this is going to be the front of my little book. So the pocket's going to be like this. But you could certainly do the opposite. I'm going to put up plenty of glue because, like I said, I'm not going to sew it, and I want it to be sure and hang on. Okay. All right, I think that's good. And if you have multiple bags, you might want to take a peek and see if the bottom, the part that's folded up to close, is the same width. In some of my bags, this was smaller or larger than the others. So I got two that were pretty close. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you probably won't be able to tell by looking. But if it's even, then it's easier to keep the rest of your stuff even and flush. Ooh, let me a little piece of glue right there. Okay. So have y'all enjoyed the 12 days? And have you made stuff from any of, gotten ideas and inspired you to go make something? I'd love to know. I look forward to this each year. I love it. It's fun. I like watching everybody's takes on the same thing. Because everybody, you get two people doing the same project, they're going to be different. So if you have 4 or 5 people doing it, you have a lot of options. Alright, now I'm going to glue this little flap closed. I'm also going to put a little glue under. Got me some strings. Okay, now I'm going to try to fold this in half. So that I will have my middle point. Actually, I need to fold it the other way. No, I don't. No, I don't. Sorry. That was me thinking again. I always get in trouble when I try to think. There we go. It is a little, it probably would have been better if I'd have scored this, because I'm having a little bit of trouble down here at the bottom where it's got the extra layers. It's not wanting to, there we go. Not wanting to fold very nicely. Ooh. Goodness, I'm in some trouble here. So I thought it might be fun to put a little bit of fabric, like a strip, here and on the front, so that it helps support the spine. Okay. Alright, that ought to help. some. Okay. Now, in these little pockets, I'm going to put it's a little tall. This is it's called pink iridescent. It doesn't look pink to me, it looks purple, but either way it looks really pretty with this paper. So I'm going to take a 1/2 inch off this one and 1/2 inch off the other side so they'll look even, and see how that works. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, so this, I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to glue it on the 3 sides, and let it be open on the outside so that it can be a little pocket. And the only thing you really have to be careful with is getting it in without getting a lot of glue on your paper, on your bag, because then it could make your pocket smaller if it actually glues down. Okay. Pretty sure these pages are exactly the same on either side. I just need to make sure I don't try to put it in backwards where I have my glue on the wrong side. Not that I've done that. Okay, I've done it. You know I have. Okay, so now my little pockets are ready, and I have some paint chips, and I love it. They're in the shape of a house, and they have a little house punched out. I just think that's adorable. So now I have to decide what, now I'm not going to decorate these little cards at this time. I'm just going to put them in because I'm not sure. Pretty sure what I'm going to do with this, but not certain. So I'm gonna leave the decorating till later. Besides, you know what you want to do on yours, so you don't really need to see me do that. You know, this always happens, right? Sorry about, oop. what's going to be different this time is I'm making a second page. Like, it can be, and put it together, it can be a, oops, it can be a little booklet, it can be a, you can stick it in your, oh, come on, where's my words? You can put it in your journal, or as an insert in a TN, or what have you. Just all kinds of, let's do this one. My plan for this is to use it as, or in a journal I'm making for a friend for Christmas. And she's a journaler. So those are a little different for me, the way I make things. Because I want to make sure that there are plenty of spaces to write, and so I'll have these cards, and I can have fun embellishing on here, and I won't really mess up the pages. Because I have actually started journaling in one of mine. I never did that before, and it's one of the little golden books that I made for my granddaughter, and she's 6 months old, and oh, excuse me, 7. She got big when I went looking. 7 months old, and I have started, you know, going through it and adding pictures and journaling, and oh my gosh, it's so fun. I understand now why people do it. However, it's all kinds of embellished and all kinds of stuff in there, and it's hard to write on those pages sometimes because they're you know, lumpy. So I have learned a lesson that if I know it's for a journaler, I will do way less embellishing, or stuff that can, you know, be pulled out easily to write and then put it back in. Okay, so I was going to I got some of this. I was going to glue on here on the top and make it a ruffle, but I am not going to, because I don't want to make you sit through that. Or maybe I'll just do one in case you don't know how. It's real easy. I mean, it's not anything, you know, that I can do that no one else can do. But you just take your glue and you, let's use this one. It's a little longer. You just put your piece on, and then you just scrunch it up. I mean, it's obviously not anything I'm doing that's magic, but first time I saw somebody do that, oh, changed my world, because that meant I didn't have to go to the sewing machine, and I didn't have to you know, make a little ruffle and do all the things, and so you just, I mean, I've seen people do it that it's way easier. They just go, you know, pshing, and it's perfect. You know, not me. Absolutely not me. I'm going to make that a little bit scrunched up right here on the end. Because I can. Okay, I mean, how easy was that? And then you may, if it's, you know, you may want to go in and add extra glue, like, you know, in places where you want to make sure it stays put. But piece of gold thread. Anyway, I will not do the other side, just so that you don't have to wait through that. And then, but I am gonna, because, well, no, I'm not. Okay, so, sort of, here's my thing. It's got, I do have stuff for the front as well. I was thinking this. It's a little big, so I'm going to have to cut it down this way, widthwise. But I made this in one of the other tutorials, and I really like it on here. Just need to decide where to cut. And this is just a roll of purple mesh. I think I may have gotten it at the Dollar Tree. They have different colors. People usually make those fabulous wreaths out of them. You know, the big fluffy flowery things. Okay, let's see how that works. I think that's going to work. We'll give it a whirl. I mean, if worse comes to worse, peel it off and stick something else over. I'm just going to run some glue around the edges and a little bit in here, because the center is not going to show because I'm going to cover it with this. So I think that's okay to have. Here comes my least favorite part in all the world. It's getting my hands sticky. Ugh. And I'm not going to make this a pocket. I'm just going to go all for edges and in the middle. Okay, now I can hold it down better and try and get the mesh attached a little bit better. Being really careful on this because it's napkin on here, and if you saw the other video where I actually made this card, you can see where I ripped a hole in it. So I'm going to be careful, but it needs to be pressed down. I think that ought to do it. Oh, and I'm crooked. I just noticed. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, so here's our page 1. Now I've got some smaller everything to make a page 2 and put right in the middle. So I will pause you so that you don't have to watch me do the exact same thing again, and I'll come back and show you what's going on. Okay, I've got it put together. Here's our cover and a pocket, which I will fill later with whatever. I like it with that mesh stuff there. Pardon the glue. I am a very messy crafter. Here's this, and this I will, put the fabric up top later. And then I've got some little cards here in the pocket, which there's only 2, but you could put more. And you could also, well, I guess not. Never mind. Then this one, it's a smaller version with different bags. These are some I got at Daiso the other day, and they're just darling. But I did the exact same process. Folded a little edge over along here, glued the other one to it, folded up the bottom fold, and then glued, and then put 2 pockets on each, not pockets, 2 tags in each pocket, and then the little, look at this, it's a paint chip, it's called Impulsive Purple. Yeah, I need my whole craft room done in that impulsiveness. So I did have to clip this because I don't know if it's top heavy, because this is a really little pocket. So it may be better to make it a little bit larger, or, glue it tighter. Where if you know what you're going to put in, you just leave that much room. Because right now there's plenty of room, and so it doesn't hold as securely. So that's fine though, because you don't know what you're going to do with it later. So I just clipped them where they won't fall out. And then here's the back, which you could also decorate if you want. I just think it's cute like that. And then of course these also have pockets in them. And then here's your back cover, and then, or your back inside cover, and then here's your back with another pocket. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and got an idea or two. These are just handy to, you put them in a journal, or put them with a writer's journal, like with a bunch of stuff in it, like really stuffed, so that it's not in the journal when the person's trying to write. Or it could just be, as in my case, mine came just as Happy Mail, and it's still making me happy a year later. So anyway, that is my contribution to the Embellish Notebook project for day 12, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that y'all have enjoyed very much the 12 days. And if you're not part of the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group, head over. There's, nothing but nice people and lots of good ideas, and I think you'll like it there. So thank you so much. I hope that you have a wonderful holiday season. Where I come from, we say Merry Christmas. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all the things. And I hope that you are richly blessed and get to spend very special and love-filled time with your people.